morning, evening, or afternoon, everybody. It's Kaghoe coming at you with another video. So following up was sort of the Phase 2 preparation guide that we did yesterday. I wanted to take a more deeper step and show you guys all of the recipes for Phase 2 that you can use that are going to really, be either great money makers. You're going to make a ton of these. People need them. Just anything like that. Some of them are quite rare. I will do my best to note which ones are very rare opposed to which ones are quite common, but these recipes are just things that are going to be very well used, and if you're one of the first people with them, you can get them out there and you can make a ton of gold with them. But before we get into the video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Everything you guys do helps my channel grow, helps me get discovered, and helps me help as many people as possible, which is the entire point of my channel. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So the very first profession we're going to talk about is going to be alchemy. Alchemy, obviously, there are tons and tons of potions that you can make, you can get after, but these three are recipe ones that have some very high demand and are used a ton in the 225 bracket. So the first one is the magic resistance potion. This is mainly for PvPers. It's really simple to make. Khadgar's Whisper, Purple Lotus, but it increases your resistance to all magical schools by 50 for 3 minutes. The biggest use outside of PvP that I can think of is Scarlet Monastery boosters. They need frost resist, so this one will be very useful for them, sort of resisting the mobs and stuff that we are going to encounter. The next one is going to be the special elixir of fortitude. So just like the minor fortitude that people are using, this one is 120 health. This is actually best from now until 60. There isn't a better one of this, so people are going to be using this one a ton. There's always value with it. And yeah, so if you're lucky enough to get this, Gold Thorn, Wild Steel Bloom, you can make a decent profit off this because every PvPer is going to want this on. There's just no reason not to have 120 extra XP the entire time you're doing anything in the game. So next we have stat elixirs, and we're going to go to the Mighty Troll's Blood Potion. Life Root Bruiseweed, very simple to make. This is great for leveling, or once again, there's no reason not to just have 12 health every 5 seconds. If you're going with the 120 HP logic, there's no reason not to have this one. You can use Strong Troll's Blood now and just have that up all the time. These are great for questing, leveling, doing any farming content. It just heals you up quicker and makes you a little bit more resilient. So that is it for the alchemy ones, the recipes that drop off of it. Next we're going to go to blacksmithing. So it's just 2 enhancements that we are going to see here with blacksmithing, and it is the steel weapon chain. This one is a very rare drop. All PvPers are going to want this one. Unfortunately, Mithril Spurs, in order to learn the pattern, it takes 235 according to Atlas Loot, and it only takes 215 to put it on. So that one's just out of reach for us, but Steel Weapon Chain is the big blacksmithing pattern that you're going to want to look for. Then next we have Enchanting. So Enchanting has quite a few that are going to be very useful right now, but there are a bunch that are very, very nice and like game best. So the biggest one is going to be Enchant Cloak Lesser Agility. This is 3 agi to cloak. There's only 15 agi to cloak at AQ release. That is the only thing that replaces this. So from now until we get to AQ and someone gets that drop, you're going to be using 3 agi to cape. It is a 225 recipe, which means luckily you'll be able to use this, which is awesome. Next, we have a little seasonal one. If you guys went and got your Christmas presents, you might have gotten this one. But we have Winter's Might, which will increase your weapon to do up to 7 additional frost damage. I don't know how good Frost Spec is going to be. No one can know. Anyone that tells you that they know, they're wrong because we don't know the runes, right? If we knew the runes, we could take a guess, but Frost could be a really good spec for mages. So Frost Mage is great. This enchant is great. So just on the list for something you could have had it, you might enjoy it. Next, we have wrists. So the best one for this that is a world drop is Greater Spirit. Healers will want this. You could make the argument that some mages might want it, but they'll probably go with the 5 instead of the 7 Spirit. But you could make some decent gold off of this. Not too rare, but it is a pattern one I wanted to make you guys aware of. Next, we have hands. So the advanced herbalism, advanced mining, and the skinning enchants are all glove drops. They give +5 herbalism, +5 mining, and +5 skinning. The biggest one, I believe, is going to be herbalism, because Horde have Torn, and they have herbalism gloves, and they have this. So if you have herbalism gloves plus that, you can get up to +25 herbalism, and +25 herbalism gives you 250 herbing, which if we go to herb gathering, as we can see in the 250 bracket, that allows you to pick blindweed, ghost mushrooms, and Grom's blood, which if you know how important Grom's blood will be 50 to 60 phases. So very important one there. There you could definitely get some very nice profits off of that. Next, we have shield enchants. This is actually one of the rarest enchants in the game, just because of the bracket that people farm. It is shield enchant lesser block. This was actually the last pattern I got all the way back in Classic when I was a full-time enchanter and just getting every recipe in the game. This was one of the last ones, and it cost me like 200 G back then, and that was a lot in original Classic before the GDKP meta and everyone was buying it, when you had to actually go out there and raw farm that. So this was very rare. It's very good too. A lot of people want it when they're doing things where they have to tank a lot of stuff, and it's just a really good shield enchant that you might see. Next, we have engineering. Now, a few of you guys have pointed this one out, so thank you for that. I would not have been aware of this because I don't play Alliance and I do not have an engineer. But there is a schematic called Schematic Sniper Scope. It is a blue rare schematic, and so it requires 240 engineering. Well, Alliance gnomes get +15 to engineering, so 225 +15 is 240. So that allows you to learn Sniper Scope next phase, which requires level 40, and it increases a bow or gun's damage by 7. The one below it is 5, so it's just 2 extra damage. And so another thing that Alliance players can do is sell this on the neutral auction house, because Sniper Scope is going to be one of the craziest finds that you can get. The best way that I know to get it right now is fishing. So next, I want to talk about leatherworking. We have a very questionable thing, and it is going to be a headpiece. It is going to be the Wolfshed helmet. While you can make it at 225, apparently the quest to be a tribal leatherworker requires 235. I'm still researching to see if there's any other way to complete that quest, because you can start the quest at level 40. You just need 235 leatherworking to make certain items to complete the quest. So I'm seeing if there's any other way possible to get those items to create it, so you can do a Wolfshed helmet. But that is the best item that you're going to be crafting if you go down the tribal leatherworking path. There aren't too many patterns until later for leatherworking right now. Then finally, we have tailoring. So some of these things are pretty niche, but others are really, really good. So the first one is we have Icy Cloak. Going again with the Greater Frost Res. This is used for people that either want a PvP or just want Frost Res to stop Frost Mages, as well as Scarlet Monastery farmers might want to use this cloak. We'll just have to wait and see. I don't know for sure, but it is something that could be very, very good for them. Super niche, but it is a recipe to just be aware of if it drops. Next, we have bags. The Enchanting bag is very, very nice. It is an enchanted mage weave pouch. This is another pattern recipe that drops. It is a 16 slot enchanting bag, so a lot of people like to have bank tunes that just hoard their enchanting mats. These bags are great for them. You'll definitely see a few people always looking to buy these, but it does require hitting that pattern, which is very rare. Then finally, we have the waist piece, the Star Belt. This is one of the best belts in the game. at this bracket. I see people always trying to look for it and get it made. The recipe sells for a ton, so if you're very lucky and get the star belt, you'll make a ton of money selling those. Pending there aren't better pieces from like Nomergon or Raid gear. This is one of the only spell power belts. Finally, we have the head. This one, you guys, if you followed the fishing videos, you'll see I actually lucked out incredibly, and I got the white bandit mask recipe. We have it right here already. This is a phenomenal recipe for making these helmets and disenchanting them. That is a very low cost. It takes one bolt of mage weave, bleach, and heavy silk and thread. You can buy these, make a ton of these, disenchant them all, and make a lot of money. So it's just something that you can use for a money printer. Definitely be aware of that recipe because you will make a ton of gold with it, and I'm super stoked. And shout out to the people who pointed that one out, because I actually, when I was doing my box opening, completely overlooked it. So it was pretty sick that you guys were pointed out how great that is. But anyway, guys, that is it for this video. Enough of me blabbing about all these recipes. If you think I missed any you want to add, definitely drop it down below in the comments. But I think this is a great list of all the ones that are usable, sort of rare finds, and you will make a ton of gold with them. But anyway, I truly hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time, I'll see you later. Have a great day. Bye-bye. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. It truly means a lot to me. If you happen to find anyone that you know would also benefit from watching this video, please share it with them. It helps me out a ton and allows me to keep doing what I love every single day, and that is gaming and sort of helping people any way that I can. So finally, thank you so much, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Goodbye.